Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's not a popping and rocking kind of night. Tonight, we're just going to get together and we're going to talk about our fur babies, past and present, whatever. Tell us some stories. I'll tell you some stories of Jacob. I have Teresa here from Meant to Be RV and hanging with me because I know I'm going to have a hard time getting through this.
I got to change my name.
Oh, yeah. That's her game name. If anybody
You didn't
plays the
tell
name,
me.
that's her game name. Uh, but I'll say hello to everybody while she figures out who she is tonight. Um, and thank you guys for being here. I wasn't going to do a live, but a couple of things got me to doing this. Something Teresa said to me, and something that Inspired to Wonder emailed me. And it got me to thinking maybe I could do this. I know there's several people I know on Facebook that has lost their pet recently, lost a loved one even recently. And, I just want to share some love with everybody. And so maybe we can get some tears and some smiles out of the way, guys. All right, Marianne, thank you for being here. Sue Bishop, thank you for being here. Tumbleweed RV Live. Kaylee, hello, my sweet friend. Thank you so much. Jolly Matilda is here. Anna is here. Lillian is here. Lucky's here. Diane, Sandra from Hawkins Family Adventures. 3 Generations. Hello, my friend. And I want to thank you guys right now for all your stories that you've been putting in comments when you see that I'm upset. That really has helped a lot, more than you know. Lillian, hello. Hope Bus, hello, my friend. Good to see you. Diane, Phoenix, hello. Scrolling. It's hard for me to see. My eyes look like I've been punched. Both of them kind of do, but I swear no one's hit me. Inspired to Wonder is here. Hello, my friend. Van Life Voyages. Hello, guys. Good to see you. All right. Let's see. Van Life was Gina's here too. I just see. Scrolling. Amanda just chilling. Hello. Thank you, Amanda, for being here. All right. Let's see. More people coming in here. I got to scroll down. Van Life Rocks. Hello, brother. Good to see you. I'm not sure. I didn't look to see when you go live, but if you don't go live right after me, you guys make sure and go there. I don't know how long I'm going to be up. I was trying not to walk on anybody, and I didn't want to go up live late like normal because I'm having a really hard time sleeping, and I wanted to unwind before I try to go to sleep. Let's see here. Everybody's saying hello. Oh, my chat jumped on me. Oh, man. All right. Sabrina, hello from New Zealand. Good to see you, my friend. Or hello from Oregon to you in New Zealand is what I meant to say. I hope you're doing well. Anjay, hello. Thank you for being here. Judith, hello. Thank you for being here. Hello, Alan. Good to see you. Let's see. The Dyson's Crazy Adventure. Hello. I know that she was telling me she had went through a loss of a pet not too long ago. And so we're going to talk about that stuff tonight. I want you guys to share your stories with me. I do have a link in the chat pinned to the top. If you want to come up and share your story, you can. If you want to share your story in the chat, you're welcome to. Somebody is texting me and I can't answer it because my Wi-Fi's off. I'm plugged straight in. So my phone won't load it, I don't think. So if you're trying to text me, somebody just text me. It did work. The link's not saying it won't work. Okay, I'll drop a link right here. But wait for a few minutes to come up. I don't think I can have a bunch of people up here. And by gosh, I don't know how to drop a link on this Chromebook. Oh. It's something Alt Shift. Nope.
Let me see if that's something I can help with.
Van City Adventure. Hello. Let me say hello to everybody, and we'll try to get another link in there. If that one's not working, I can't. I know we spin every once in a while, guys. Johnny's Journey, driving and listening. Thank you for being here, Johnny. Much love to you guys. Happy anniversary or late anniversary.
Anniversary.
Yeah. Get her better. Hello. Thank you for being here. Um, my friend Tumbleweed RV Life just popped in. I'm going to pull you guys up. Are you ready to come up? Hello, guys.
Well, hello, Gina.
Hi. Good to
Sorry,
see
so sorry for your loss. It seems like everybody's losing pets this year.
you. Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
and the worst thing is when you got multiple pets all at the same age, and
Yeah.
they all start to go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so we're
You know
we're
what?
with you. We're
Go
with
ahead.
you.
Oh,
We You wanted us to tell some stories. We'll see if Tracy can go first.
okay. Uh, uh, I know what you mean about the pets the same age, but in that certain way, I am a bit lucky. I have Jacob was older, quite a bit older than my other pets. So,
Mhm.
but I had my other one's 7. My next oldest is 7, and so yeah. And there's a Jacob hair on my hat. Holy moly! He's,
Oh,
um,
don't you see those little things?
yep, 50 people in the house. Sandra, I'll try to pull you up. Let me see here, and if I can hold you. I haven't had that many people up on my StreamYard on this particular little Chromebook, so we'll start that. But if I missed anybody in the chat, hello everybody. I just want to thank you guys personally. You guys have been leaving me wonderful, wonderful, wonderful messages, and I've been having a real hard time. I tell you, it's been rough, and without you guys, I don't know that I would have made it this far. But anyway, so yeah, and you guys, I may not see your story in the chat. I will go back. If you don't want to come up and tell your story, you can put it in the chat. Teresa's going to try to help me catch some, and uh, but let me say a little bit of something about Jacob. So a lot of new people to my channel don't know how long I had Jacob. I had him 14 years. He was about this big when I got him, and I rescued him. And it was the best 14 years of my life with any animal. I wasn't a cat person, but I couldn't stand seeing a cat mistreated, and that's how I got him. And he was there with me through thick and thin. He watched me go through changes in my life from good to bad, from bad to good, my health changes, and he grew with me. And all I could do is be there for him at the end. But I just want to thank you all again for everything that you've sent me about him or about trying to get better and all your advice and your stories. I love it all, but that's what I want to share, the love that I had for Jacob with you guys, and send you guys love that's hurting. I know you guys hurt too. You guys have lost animals. So I want to share some love with you guys to help you. All right. With that said, Tracy, you want to tell your story? I seen something pop up on Facebook about
Yeah, I don't know why it came up today, but it came up today that my Cassie, it's been 4 years since she's passed, and I had her when she was this little
Oh
too.
wow,
She was a not a teacup, but she was a toy poodle, and she could fit in my hand.
wow.
Yeah,
And how
and
many years did you have her?
uh,
15, 16.
15, 16 years.
Wow, my heart goes out to you, my friend. I know that's rough.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
it's hard. That's why I feel for you, Gina, because man, whew,
Yeah, I
she,
have
she
4
was
other
with me
cats.
when I left she was with me when I left my husband,
Yeah.
and so she was my companion. I'll tell you.
Yep. I have 4 other cats, and I love them dearly, but there wasn't that bond. It was a different bond. And taking care of him the last month the way I did, the bond was even stronger. And yeah, it rocked my world for sure.
Yeah.
But hello, Dee. Thank you for being here. Hello,
Hi.
Sandra. Thank you for being here.
You're
How
welcome.
do you guys have pets now, Tracy?
Yes, we still have
We still have Cassie.
Cassie.
Cassie. Oh my God.
Pita.
She's on my heart right now.
Come here, babies. Come on, Maggie.
Maggie, come here.
Come on. Come on.
Wanna come in here?
Pita comes right away.
This is Pepita.
Oh,
Aw, look at
This
that.
This was our Cabo San Lucas rescue from Mexico,
Love
Oh, wow. Very
and
cute.
this was Maggie. This is Maggie.
oh,
Beautiful.
She is whew, she's older too now. She's the matriarch. She is, what do you say? 12. She's 12 now.
Wow.
11.
No, 2010.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And she was 3 when we. No, she was 3 when we got her.
Yeah, but we got her in 12. She was 2. So she was born in 2010. So she's 12. So
Wow.
she's starting to slow down now. She's starting to
Yeah.
show signs.
I noticed, you know, I had Jacob before my daughter grew up and left home. And when she left home, I latched onto him even more. He was like, I'd always be carrying him around and hugging on him. He is just like her, like, stop. You know, it's time to stop hugging on me. Stop. And that's how she was before she left home. Mom, don't hug me at work. Don't hug me at work. But yeah, it was a lot like that. Sandra, how you doing? I know you lost a pet not too long ago.
Yeah. So to start it off, we started noticing that our chub couldn't get up and down the stairs anymore.
Uh-huh.
And he was falling down them, so I was feeling really bad. We took him for a camping trip, and I did not remember any of that trip. So we waited a little while longer. I didn't make the choice. My husband did because I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So in September, we had him put down.
Right.
And Gina, I have to tell you, I found out right after that. I just found out a few days ago, actually, that his last sibling was put down in September.
Oh, wow.
Both age 14.
Wow.
Your cat was 14.
Yep. Numbers are an odd thing, and my heart goes out to you, my friend. I'm so sorry. I know what you're feeling.
Yep. And Copper he's been different. For the first month, I didn't want to deal with anybody or anything.
Yep.
And I cried. I couldn't even go to work without passing that place and crying.
I forced myself to do this today because I know I got to get back to some kind of normal because I'm getting sick. I'm feeling sick.
Yeah, you got to do it.
I got to get back to some kind of normal. And sharing with you guys is my normal. So, but thank you for sharing that, Sandra. Thank you so much. Dee, how are you?
I'm good, Gina. I'm so sorry for you.
Thank you, Dee. I know you know too. I know you've lost a pet.
Yes, I've had pets all my adult life.
Uh-huh.
But I was the closest to my little Chihuahua Dolly. It still breaks me up when I think about her. She was mauled by a coyote. She was about a third of the size of Maxie.
I'm so sorry, Dee.
She was a little mini, but that was hard. I never go through a day that I don't think of Dolly, even though I have Maxie. Maxie has been a lifesaver for me because, he took away that empty space that Dolly left behind.
Yep.
But what I will say is that whether you have a dog for 3 years or 10 years or watch them die in old age, it's always hard, and it's like losing a family member because you never completely get over it, but you do get better. You do learn to handle and miss them a little less as time goes on.
I
I
had to ask if I had to ask my husband. I said, "Do you think they gave him Lubs before they put him to sleep?" I was really concerned with that.
yeah.
Um,
I will walk you through how it went for Jacob. Jacob was ready. I kept telling you guys in my videos that I wasn't going to take him till he was ready, but the night before, he meowed all night. Like every 20 minutes, he would lay down with me and he'd try to purr. I think he knew I was upset, and then he'd get up and he'd try to drink, and he couldn't drink and he couldn't eat. And it's just like I was up with him all night, and I knew that night I was going to call the vet. And when I took him in, he was only upset in the car ride. At the vet, I set him on the table. He was okay. He wasn't even scared. And I thought the vet would give him a sedative when I had my back turned, but he didn't. And Jacob just laid down and put his hand on my hand, his head in my hand, and looked at me. And the vet said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "You haven't given him a shot." He said, "No." And he gave him the shot, and he was gone. But that was the most devastating part to me, is just him looking at me and telling me he was ready.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to go down, Gina. I just want to let you know I love you.
I
And
love
I'm
you
there
too, Dee.
for you. I'm there
Thanks,
for
Dee.
you. If you need to call me, call me.
I will,
Seriously.
Dee. Thank you so much.
Okay, I love you, girl.
I
Okay.
love you too.
Good, bye-bye.
Bye.
This is what I get when I cry. Copper
Yeah,
love.
Oh.
I've been having a rough day or two, and Doc is the cat that Jacob, I think, was grooming to take his spot. While I've been back here with Teresa, Doc's been jumping up here trying to take this down and
Yep.
just all over me.
And you did hear Jacob meow, Gina. I can hear Chug's nails across the floor.
Yeah,
He's with you.
last night, every time I'd fall asleep, I'd kind of slam awake, thinking I rolled over on him because he was right by me when he was sick, and I just kept waking up and kept waking up. That's why I thought maybe if I just share with you guys and we share our stories, it'll help, because I got to
Happy
get myself
thoughts.
under control.
He gave you wonderful years, and
Yep.
he's still with you, but he knows that Mama's okay. You've got the other kitties that will keep you
Yep.
warm and comfort you and help you carry through.
Yep.
So
But
Sa-
anyway,
Sandra,
I know that this last year you lost a pup. You've lost over the few years a couple of stories you've told me. You want to tell a story of Winnie?
Oh, Winnie? Yeah, because Winnie traveled with us when we went full time. She was my daughter's dog and was diagnosed with diabetes. So, and those who remember back during those COVID days, we used to do our live streams while we were selling the house, and she was the snoring dog always in the background. The snoring hard.
Yeah, it was. I swear, guys, it was like this. And
Papa
Teresa
does
would
that.
be talking on her live over the dog snoring.
I think those were her pre-diabetic days, and as I said, we got her on the road with us. She traveled from here in South Carolina all the way to Arizona to Utah. She went to so many different national parks, and even though she, like I said, she was diagnosed with diabetes, she was on insulin and on a diet, and it was, we didn't know if we were doing the right thing with her and getting her out there and doing it, but we did. I mean, those are the days we look back and we're just so thankful. But as we were getting back home when during our travel time, Mike's mom got sick, and part of our plan when we were in the desert, Arizona, was to make our way to Idaho as soon as the snow melted. And we did, and Winnie went with us. And I tell you something, Winnie was a boxer pug, and she was 15 years old, not much older than 14. So she had lived such a full life. But Mike's mother was passing at that time, and she would not leave his mother's side. It's like she knew that
I remember you telling me that she wouldn't leave. Yep.
the two of them, and I kept wanting her, get down off her bed, and my mom's just like, no, let her stay with me.
Yeah.
She can to be with me, and she did. She up even after she passed, she would go in there and look for her, and I mean, it was hard,
Yeah.
but she through traveling and everything, I wouldn't change anything we did. Um, I think our pets are there. They comfort us. They're there for us during our hardest times. And I
Yep.
would say at her end, as hard as it was, we were able to be there for her and give her the love and just listen to her and know when it was time for her. I think there was a couple of months there we didn't know. I mean,
Yeah.
just like you, Gina, I remember with Jacob, every day it was a new day. Today, you would think you were going to lose Jacob, and then tomorrow Jacob was fine, and then it would go again. It was just that roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
That but at the same time, remember Jacob was bringing up one of the other cats to take his place.
Yeah.
I
He
mean, I
was
remember
bringing up
Oh,
dog. Uh,
I'm gonna go. This guy needs out.
okay. Okay.
Love you guys. Gina,
Love
I'll be
you
in
too.
the chat.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah,
Hi,
Jake.
Sandra.
Doc would lay down with me, and uh, Jacob normally wouldn't let anybody sleep with me, and he started letting Doc sleep up here, and Doc would wake up to get up to play, and Jacob would slap him like, "No, you're up here, you're gonna lay down. You got to follow the rules, boy." But yeah, even on 3 or 4 days before Jacob passed, he was walking across the floor, and Doc stood up at him like, "Come on, let's box." And Jacob just went wham, knocked him down. It's like, "Get out of my way! I don't have time for your shit," But Doc has been up my butt since the day I took Jacob to the vet. He's been up in here when I'm talking to Teresa earlier. He kept climbing. He'd jump on my shoulder, jump up there, and he's just knocking things over. Turned on my CPAP machine while I'm talking. Yeah, he's trying to get my attention, I think.
Mhm.
He's trying to fill those shoes that Jacob left
Yeah.
him to fill.
Yeah.
Some big shoes.
Did you
to
know
fill.
when you had Winnie put down, you knew the time that she was ready?
Yes. I didn't know it before then. I mean, like I said, each day, just like you did, each day I thought was going to be the day. And the night before, we actually made it back to South Carolina, where my daughter was. And I said Winnie was originally Shannon's dog. She just couldn't keep her in her new home arrangements. So I said we took her with us, and luckily we got back here to South Carolina. We weren't here just a couple of weeks. But the night before, I pretty much knew and kind of told Shannon, I'm like, I think it's time. She's like, "Oh, Mom, I don't want to let her go yet."
Yeah.
And I said,
I
"Okay,
did.
well, let's sleep on it." And in the morning, and then that morning she was going to go to work, and I walked in and I think it's time now. And she's like, "All right." So we got in the car, and that's for us. We took her to the vet, and when we got to the vet, Shannon held her the whole time. Where we went, the vet came out to the car to us. We didn't have to take Winnie in. They came out to the car
Oh, wow.
and stood with us. She never had to go in the vet. It was really nice. Stood with us at the door, the vet did, and vet asked if we were ready. And I think you're never ready, but
No,
we were ready. I mean, we were ready as ready as we could be.
Jacob was ready. I wasn't, but Jacob was.
Right. That's what I mean. I think they're ready. I don't know that we're ever really ready, but we knew it was time.
Yeah.
And she did the same thing, just kind of looked at us. And it was that look, not of fear, but of that that they're telling you they're ready to. That
Yeah.
it was just that look in the eyes. And before the vet could actually give that actual final injection, she actually passed just those seconds before. And the vets was like, I think she's gone. I mean, that's how close we were.
Wow.
Yeah, Jacob,
And
it's like he didn't even flinch when they pulled the electric razor out. He was like, "Okay, here's my paw, get it done," and
Wow.
I thought it would still be a second or two when they gave him the shot, but he just looked at me and he was gone, and I felt him leave, but I also was at peace. It was just the hardest cry I've ever felt.
Gina, and think of it, and I told my daughter this, like you said, it was just those moments before. It just seemed like seconds before, and Jacob was gone, just like Winnie. I mean, you had that look too, the same look Shannon did. To me, it's almost like they hung on waiting for you to be ready. And by
Yep.
Yeah.
when you went there, I mean, Jacob was ready. He was kind of waiting,
Yeah.
I think, a little for you to be ready
Yep.
too.
Yep.
For
Um,
sure.
Yep. I think so too. I sent there's some things that was sent to me that I just can't read, but Teresa, would you read that poem?
you,
Somebody sent this
um,
poem to me on Facebook.
yes.
Oh, I thought you wrote that, Gina.
No, a lady sent it to me.
Oh, it's
Um,
beautiful.
hang on one second. Let me see where I have it. Yes, the poem. Okay. And Gina, did you want to say who sent it to you or
No,
okay,
no.
okay. Okay. It says, waiting at the door. I was just a kitten when we first met. I loved you from the start. You picked me up and took me home and placed me in your heart. Good times we had together. We shared all life could throw. But years passed all too quickly. My time has come to go. I know how much you miss me. I know how your heart is sore. I see the tears that fall when I'm not waiting by the door. You always did your best for me. Your love was plain to see. For even though it broke your heart to set my spirit free. So please be brave without me. One day we'll meet once more. For when you're called to heaven, I'll be waiting at that door.
That was the sweetest thing I read, and thank you, my friend on Facebook, for sending that. But that's exactly how I felt about Jacob. He is a baby, and I seen him through life.
And remember, Hope Bus
Yep.
said, slow, deep breaths, my friend.
Yeah, I've got to
Just
get
to
this
remind
under
you, slow,
control. I
deep
tell you,
breaths.
I've been. I can tell I'm not feeling good. I'm out of breath when I'm walking and stuff, and so I
Yeah.
know I'm not doing good. I'm not eating right, but that's why I brought you guys here with me today to see if we can all get better together.
Yeah.
At least have a drink of something together. I don't know, something. I'm having iced tea.
I
I do
have
have a
Topo
Bloody
Chico.
Mary.
That's it.
What you got, Teresa? Bloody Mary?
I'll have a Bloody Mary.
Do you really? Oh.
Yes.
Well, I don't have anything but Topo Chico.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
That's
Um,
something, definitely.
uh,
But
there's so many stories I see in the chat, and thank you guys for sharing your stories with me. I know it's hard. Um, we have survived several mobile vet, we have several mobile vets who will come to. See, I tried to find one that would do that, and I couldn't. I even tried to find one that would come out to the car, and I couldn't find one.
oh,
But this for Jacob, the scariest part was just riding in the car. He wasn't easy about that, but the second I got into the vet, he was at ease. And he
yeah.
knew. He knew.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah.
But and then my friend, Inspired to Wonder, reached out to me and emailed me a wonderful story. It uh, it did give me some peace. And Teresa, would you mind reading that?
I will. Okay. Um, I will do it. It says, hi, Gina. This is Nancy, Inspired to Wonder from the YouTube community. I wanted to reach out to you personally away from YouTube to let you know I think of you through my day and know you are really go. Wait a minute. I know you are really going through a lot of grief right now. Jacob was a special, dear soul. Your bond with him was so precious, and he was lucky to have you as his human mom. Best friends like this are the most memorable as we think back over all the years of our connections with animals. At least, this is what I have experienced. The ones that grab your heart the most are the ones that cause the most grief when they depart this earthly world. Having my own pets and caring for many more through my work has has brought me the most love in my life. and has also caused me the most painful tears and grief. With my soulmate dog, Duke, died in my arms after living a full life of 16 years. Part of me died with him. I doubtfully Undoubtedly, I will ever love another creature the way I loved him. Somewhere along the line in my journey through grief after Duke passed, I had to make the choice to care about my health again. I was grieving so hard, I neglected my own self care and became very emotionally despondent. I became sick for a while because I did not take care of myself. I am telling you this because I know you are fragile physically, and you will need to take care of yourself to stay healthy through the coming days. Yeah, it's very true. As I got better, the bleeding wound in my heart healed to become a scar, one that I still live with. But I slowly made my health a new priority. I worked with patients, state hospital at the time, and they needed me to be healthy. I wish the same for you. I wish you health and strength to continue to care for yourself, your family, and your other kitties. I still cry over his loss, and you might too, for a long time. You will be triggered by all sorts of things. But I tried to redirect that love for Duke to someone, critter or human, who needs it now. Caring for Jacob during his illness probably made his bond even more profound. That makes the loss greater. Stay healthy in spite of the sadness and grief, and create a new priority for yourself. Whatever brings you a sense of purpose and meaning. We are only here for a short time, and our critters will usually leave this earth before us, one foot in front of the other, my friend. In a moment of meditation, I once asked spirits this question: how do I go on without you? Since I built my life around you. After a short silence, I sensed a response, and it was this: take the love you had for me and spread it around to other creatures who need it. I don't know if this helps, Gina, but it might. Some days I am so sad knowing I will probably never love another dog the way I love Duke. And then I remind myself that I was told to spread that love to others, other critters, and even other people if they need it. I'm thinking you might be one of those people that needs it right now. So I am sending you some of the love that I had from my best friend Duke. Here you go, my friend, and may you be blessed with the knowledge that others care. Love and gratitude for all you do, Nancy. That's
Thank,
beautiful.
thank you, Nancy. That means the world to me. And that's why I'm doing this live. I want you all to know that I feel for you. I know you guys, everybody, most of you's lost pets, and I feel for you. So I want to share some of Jacob's love with you guys. Thank
We
you,
know
Nancy.
you have a lot. I mean, you do so much, and you come on here and you're so positive all the time, even in your hardest times. But getting back and taking those deep breaths, taking care of you, and come back on here and do what you do.
Yep. The Dyson's
Share that love
crazy.
with all of us.
I love you guys. I love all of you guys. Dyson's up. I'm gonna pop you up. I know that she has a story.
No.
Hello,
I
my friend. Hi.
Yes, I do. I'm gonna try not to cry, but
Okay, you do.
um, so when I met my husband, he had this cat named Otis, named after a guitar, and he became my best friend. The whole time I was pregnant with both of my kids, and on bed rest, he was right there with me. He would lay on my stomach and protect the baby in my stomach. And one day he just started losing weight, and he started going downhill really fast.
Yeah.
And it was to the point where he was having accidents, and We looked at him and he was 17,
Uh-huh.
and we ended up having to take him and have him put down
I'm
because he was
sorry.
so sick. He had cancer and it came on fast.
Yeah.
And just like Jacob, was just, we sat and held him at the vet's office. When it was time, we laid him on the table and he just went right to sleep.
Yep. Yep. You can feel their pain go away, I think almost. That's kind of how I think it's when I wasn't trying to I tried not to cry when he was laying there looking at me, but the second he was gone, it was just like I
I
felt his
bawled.
relief. I felt his relief.
I bawled the whole time we were waiting
Yeah. Yeah, I was bawling out in the waiting room.
because I knew it was coming. But I know he's still here with us. Because before he got sick, he adopted a kitten and brought her home
Uh-huh.
and told her that it was okay, that we were okay, that we were a good family, and she's still around.
Wow.
She'll
Wow.
only come up to me and my husband, and she wants nothing but attention. But he adopted her and brought her home, and
Right. Right. Tumbleweed RV Life, I'm so thank you for being here. And guys, can I get a bunch of hearts for her? She just lost her mom. And
oh no.
so please put love in there for her. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. My heart goes out to you. I mean, I just can't imagine. Thank you for coming up and trying to hang out. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, Christina, for your loss too. It's I tell you what, animals. I never. I love my cats. I love all my cats. Like I was saying, but I never realized my bond with Jacob was so tight. I mean, like when I was in the hospital, I missed him dearly. But I I think caring for him so closely over the last month. Every day it was about him. I quit going to the Y for a bit because I didn't want to leave him alone, and I think that just brought me closer to him. And you know, it's rough.
We've gotten 3 other cats since he's passed. One got hit by a car right in front of my husband.
Oh no, oh, I'm
That
so
was the hard,
sorry.
and he was a lovely kitty, and that was the hardest thing ever. She seen him and she hit him. She swerved right into him. My husband was trying to get him in for the night. He would know that when Dad comes out with the flashlight and spotlights you, it's time to come in, and he would come home and come in, and he was coming
Yep.
across the street. She
Yep.
swerved and hit him.
Yeah.
The spotlight was on him. And then we've gotten 2 other, and they're little stinkers and don't like attention.
Yeah.
You have a question in there too from Debbie.
I did not see it. Okay, what is it?
It says, Gina, have any other cats been showing signs of missing Jacob?
Little girl has, because she's my next oldest, and him and her were kind of like the king and queen of the van. But I notice her role now, she's the king and the queen of the van. It's like she gets onto them if they're misbehaving, and she's still sleeping where her and Jacob would sleep during the day, but at night she's been laying like Jacob. I've been talking to Meant to Be RVing before on the phone, and Jacob, Meant to Be RVing, you hear me go, oh! And back when Jacob wasn't sick, he'd run and jump right in the middle of my stomach, like 26 pounds from the floor to my stomach, and just jump on me. And I'd be like, oh, and Teresa would say, what happened? I said, Jacob jumped right in the middle of me. And so she's trying to do that now. She only weighs about 3 pounds though. So it's like, oh, hey, hello. It's like not much problem at all. But hello, Craig Browning, and people I haven't said hello to.
They can weigh nothing, but they have lead feet, let me tell you.
Yeah, she has little needle claws. She won't let me trim. I've never seen a cat with claws like this. They're like little pins that stick out. And when she jumps on me, she don't try to scratch me, but when she lands, they go right in. I'm like, dude, you got to stop that. Jacob had huge claws, but they were not pins. They were not needle point. Little girl could sew. Her shit's like needles, man. She could sew if she had thumbs. But yeah. But that's been showing signs. Oh, I see the question. Yeah, Debbie, and Doc is trying to. I don't know if he's just trying to be annoying or trying to take my mind off things. They feed off me. I noticed that they feed off me. Jacob fed off me all the time. But like I said, he has been nonstop getting into this today. Like I've had to screw this back up 2 or 3 times. And last night, if I lay on my side, he'd walk the length of me. Instead of walking on the bed, he would walk on me the length of me and turn around and walk right back up. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I was laying there crying, and I'd stop crying and say, what are you doing? So I think he was trying to get me to relax, get my attention. I mean, I don't know how animals see it. They know Jacob didn't come back when I took him. But and then I have one cat's a teenager. Nothing phases him. He just sleeps a lot. He's just like, whatever. He walks back here and looks at me. He's like, can you put some more food in the bowl? He don't really care about much. And then Mozzarella, she's kind of in her own world too, but she's been bugging me a little more than normal,
Yeah.
I think they find it that they can bug me now on the bed. Jacob's not here to whoop them, but let's see here. Hello, Timmy Ray the King. Yes, Annie, that's why I did this live. And after reading what Inspired Wonder sent me and Teresa telling me, and I know I'm not doing good because I tried to take a walk and I'm out of breath, and that's not how I've been. And what I haven't ate much, but what I've eaten has been really bad. I just didn't want to cook. I just go down to the little store. I'll grab something that's not good, processed food, and probably loaded in salt, which I know it was, and carbohydrates. And so, yeah, I'm not feeling good. 2 days of not eating the way I normally do and not doing anything. I feel pretty weak. And
your heart's heavy.
My heart's heavy. It is. And like speaking that, what I've been feeling when I walked today reminded me a lot of when I first got sick. I was out of breath just walking, 50 feet. And so I know I need to rejuvenate my or redo my get back into a routine of what I do. I normally only eat once a day, and usually vegetables and chicken, and start acting right instead of acting bad. But
you need to grieve too.
Yep. And let's see, Adele Maguchi. I lost my mom 11 years ago today. She had Alzheimer's. It's always tough to say goodbye, but when your loved one can no longer live their best life, try to find peace in their newfound peace. Yes, I was a caregiver for Alzheimer's, and that's one of the hardest things to go through, Adele. And thank you for sharing that story. I've been through 38 deaths on hospice, and I learned that it was as when they're crossing over, when they're going to heaven, it was a pleasure. It was an honor to be there with them when they didn't have anybody. And that's how I started viewing it. And I needed to look at it that way with Jacob. It was an honor to be there and hold him. Because that's something that everybody gets a chance to be with somebody. And, my heart goes out to you, Adele. Alzheimer's is very hard. Very hard. Let's see. Yep, she'll take Jacob's road. That's what they do. Yep. Yep. Craig Browning, when my mother was young, one of her sisters was walking a dog off a leash, rural Montana. A driver swerved and deliberately hit the dog. Oh no, Craig, I'm so sorry. Tumbleweed RB Life, I love you, lady. Thank you for being here, and my heart goes out to you. It bleeds for you too. Much love to you.
a lot right now.
Yeah, that is a lot right now. Um, let's see. It's been about 2 years since I had to put Iggy down. I was a mess, and some of that shows on my channel. Angie and Rick family, I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you for sharing your story.
Mhm.
Thank you all for sharing your story in here with me. Wow, that's weird how my light just did that. Did you see that?
I did.
Jacob, did you flash that
I
light?
was gonna
Yeah.
say Jacobstown is
I was
present.
trying to see if it was something I did, but that was weird. Holy moly.
Just letting you know his presence.
Yep. Yep.
Hearing those
Oh, that's okay,
meows, seeing them
Shirley.
in the window.
Yours said, and well, they know when you were hurt. Yes, Robin Jan Kevin. Jacob,
Yes.
you can ask Teresa this now. I've spent a lot of time backdoor with Teresa up here, just chatting like we are now, and Jacob knew exactly when I was not right. Um, at times that I know my heart was really beating fast, Jacob would be right on me, calming me down, forcing me to pet him. And it really does work. Pet a cat or watch fish and you'll calm down usually.
Mhm.
I can watch fish tanks and calm down pretty quick.
See, and that's why I get frustrated that my cats don't like attention because
Yeah.
it's like when you're not feeling good, that's what you want to do is you want to cuddle with them.
Yep. Yep. The Jacob, uh he had this thing about his stomach. If he showed me his stomach, two pets. It was two pets. Third pet, he's gonna bite the shit out of me. But
Yep.
two pets was good. You know, third pet, I will bite the shit out of you. That's how he was. But
He had a thing about laying on cell phones too.
yeah, oh yeah, I'd be talking. I sit on the cell phone with Meant to Be RV, and I'm on the cell phone watching movies. They're watching movies, and we're not even talking. We're just hanging out. And so Jacob would lay on the phone, I think, because it's warm. And then he'd look when Teresa talked, he'd look at his belly like, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. And he had a bad habit. If I'd be up here and I'd have this camera going, if I get up and go to the restroom or something, he'd get right on the computer and look in the camera like,
Look in the
hey,
camera.
what's going on? Who's in there? Let's see. Angel thinks she's a lap dog. Even though she weighs 60 pounds. Yep. Jacob thought he was a kitten and he weighed 26 pounds. Yeah. Here, let me walk on your face.
I want to sleep on your head.
Right. Honey
Oh,
and
my
me,
goodness.
thank you so much. And I want to tell you guys in my comments, she shared a beautiful story. Thank you, Honey and me, for sharing that story. I love you much, my friend. Thank you so much. We're trying to heal. All of us has lost someone or an animal, and we just want to, I just want you guys to share this. And I know you missed the poem and the letter that Inspired to Wonder wrote to me, but that letter and Teresa, both were the ones that made me think I need to do this live. I need to get back into my habit because really I wasn't going to do a live today. I really didn't want to, but I'm making myself sick, and I have to get back into some form of habit here, and not a bad eating habit.
Yeah, and
I'm
Gina.
glad,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm glad you did it because your family here is here to
Thank
support
you,
you.
darling.
And that's what usually happens, in time of grief, especially during these days so soon after when it is the hardest. I know the last few days you've been trying to go backwards to when he was still there and his presence was there. So you need to surround yourself by your friends, your family, and just have those encouraging words to get you through the toughest days, because these are the toughest days.
Yep.
Yep.
But I want you to take everything that everybody gave you, all the messages, all the comments, and read the advice that people are giving you and use those, because your health is what's the most important right now. And Jacob, by no means, Gina, by no means, and I want you to hear this because me and you've been talking here, know some things, by no means would want any ill health for you. He would want to see you shine just like you shined before and share that love with those kitties that are there under your care right now.
Yep.
Give those kitties the love that you've gave Jacob. Continue with your RV, the community here on YouTube. Continue with, you have your grandkids and your daughter. and the rest of the family that that relies on you every day for the love that you share with them. So you need to keep that up. We need you healthy.
Think about Jason Momoa.
Right?
I'll
And that
rub his
picture I
belly.
sent you.
We need you healthy.
I would rub his belly, and he could bite the shit out of me. But I just let's see here. We lost here. Let me see if I can read this. We lost Miss Haiti short. I can't see it. Can you read that, Teresa?
Oh.
Shortly after your pet's live, when you showed her pic, it was very sudden, and we still don't know what happened. Jacob and Haiti are over the Rainbow Bridge having a blast.
Thank you, Lucky. And I hope that is true. I hope that is true. I hope, and I'm sure it is. I spoke with a friend of mine yesterday on the phone. He's a preacher, and he said God has a place for animals too. And and I firmly believe that. And he said you got to know the Bible well to know it. If I remember, that's how he said it. But he goes, I tell you, it's true. And God bless you, Brian. Thank you. Thank you for checking on me yesterday.
Yes, Brian.
And all of you guys that have emailed me, messaged me, Facebooked me. I just don't know what I'd do without you guys. It is tough. Our grandpa died when I was a senior in high school, and grandma left November, a week before Thanksgiving. I'm so sorry, Danny. Bunnies need love too. I see that. I love bunnies. There's a comment about caregivers. I missed it, Lillian. Let's see. She wants me to read a comment about caregivers if I can find it. From Lillian. Lillian, thanks to anyone who's cared for Alzheimer's and dementia patients. It is still hard. We lost my father-in-law in August. I'm so sorry, Lillian. Yes, dementia and Alzheimer's. Well, Alzheimer's is a form of dementia, but it is hard. That is one of the hardest things to go through as a family member. I've never went through it as a family member, but I was a caregiver for 20 years with dementia and Alzheimer's. And like I said, I've sat through 38 deaths holding their hand and just singing to them or praying with them and loving on them. And at first it was always hard, but it became an honor to me. And God bless all of you family members that's dealt with that. It is so hard because they don't understand. I got some great stories about that stuff too.
My grandma,
as a caregiver, it was like 50 first dates.
my grandma,
You go in there, huh?
my grandma had Alzheimer's, and the last thing she told us before she passed away is that my grandpa's to remarry, and he was to remarry a certain lady. The sad thing is that lady died a couple years before of cancer, and she didn't know.
Yeah. There was good times in caring for them. I love to care for people, and I think when I had to quit working and care for somebody and not being able to care for somebody, I even cared for Jacob more. I mean, this was years ago because I had to care for something, and I was just distraught because I wasn't working. But I swear it was like 50 first dates. I mean, they would know who I was, but they didn't know my name. And I'd walk in and just touch them on the shoulder and say hello, and they'd smile. They'd just brighten up, and just that touch on the shoulder. Honestly, it was like unconditional love almost. When they loved you, and it's just the same with your pets. It's an unconditional love thing. But Honey and Me says, I truly believe our fur babies will be waiting for us. I've told my heavenly dad that if my fur babies aren't going to be there, I'm not sure I want to be either. I feel you on that one. I think they will, I don't know what heaven's like, but I believe that heaven is everything that we want personally and everything that we think what makes us happy. Mine would be my cat, my animals, and some Oreo cookies and milk, and any family members. I'll be good. I'll be good. But All right, guys. Exploring Canada. Hello. If I missed you coming in, hello. I lost my birth mother and sister in Huntington to Huntington's disease. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sadie. I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to you. I have cared for residents that had Huntington's disease. Yes, it is very hard. I appreciate all of you more than you know. Let's see here. My chat keeps disappearing.
It's because all the messages.
State and Family Gospel, thank you for being here. And you're correct. This is one of the best groups of people in YouTube world. YouTube's an amazing place anyway, good or bad. But this community, and thank you for coming in and spending time with us in this community. We all stand by each other here, and that's been the great thing about this community. Teresa and I over there, I started out my YouTube. She's been doing YouTube a little longer than me, but I started out in a wonderful community, the RV community, and that's how I've met most of these wonderful people. And I've tried to bring new people into it. You can't go wrong hanging out with these folks. You might have to have a beer. You might have to have a beer or two someday, but when you're hanging out with us, because we might drive you crazy. But
my last video was my memorial one for Winnie.
Yep, her memorial for Winnie.
I haven't been back on since.
Yep. Char of heart. When my grandma didn't remember me, I still got her to say you a kind lady, a good person, and I'm glad to have you visit me. Nice.
I like that.
I used to have this little lady. She loved Twinkies, and I worked knock shifts, so I would bring Twinkies every night. And I knew that time she would peek out of her bedroom, and I'd open the Twinkies and stick them on the end of the little counter there in the kitchenette area. And I would hide in the alcove and watch her. And she'd sneak up there, and she'd grab the Twinkies and look both ways and run back to her room. And I'd come out of the alcove. I see you. You're taking my Twinkies. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And she'd run to her room. I just loved her to death. She was an awesome little lady. But she loves some Twinkies now. And I was the kind of caregiver that a lot of them didn't want them to make a mess when they were eating. I'm just like, who cares, man? I'd take those hospital sheets, the hospital blankets, the white ones, and I'd put over them, and I'd put them on the floor around their wheelchair, and I'd just give them a bowl of pudding. And it was like this with the pudding. I mean, like chocolate pudding everywhere. And I used to get in so much trouble. I let them eat the way they want to eat, man. If they want to make a mess, just do it.
It's not going to make any difference.
That's right. It's not going to make any difference. I may have to give them a shower, but that's okay. All right. My husband died 2 years ago after 13 years of Alzheimer's. Without my dog, it would have been, it jumped on me. Okay, here it is. It would have been much harder to get through in the last 2 years. I honestly believe that. And thank God for your dog. And I'm sorry for your loss, my friend. Thank you so much, Lillian, for the $10. Thank you so much. I just seen that. God bless you, my friend. Adriana Turner, that's my Oregon friend. Hello, good to see you. Thank you for being here. With a heart full of love, and our animals there is no question that they are waiting. Yes, I believe they are. They got their own little heaven going on. Jacob wasn't your normal cat. He didn't like mice. He didn't like birds. His sister used to catch them, and Jacob would just look at him like, you expect me to eat that? There's food right there. I'm not going to eat feathers or fur.
Otis always brought us presents.
Yep. Guys, I just want to thank all of you for being here, sharing your stories with us tonight. I believe Ray is going live next.
Yeah.
Oh, they have. So I see a question. Tumbleweed RV Live. I have a question. Are you going to get his ashes? No, I buried him under the big tree by where I park, and he is buried here. I can look out the window and see him. And even if I move on from here, when I do or whatever, he's in a good spot. But that's just a shell. It was this it was pretty spendy to have him. I just didn't have the extra funds to have him cremated, but I feel that he's happy here, and he's probably looking down on me like, couldn't you done a better job with the rocks you put on top of me or something? But I love you too, James. Thank you so much. Thank you, Student Family Gospel. I'm glad you enjoyed this. This is where we just come together. Gina, please put some ice packs on. I know my eyes look horrible. It looks like I got in a fight. Yeah, it does. Boy, they're horrible. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you again for being here. I love all of you, and thank you for all your comments. And I'm doing my best to get back to my norm. I'm going to try to work on a video. I don't know. My heart's just not in a whole lot right now. But I will see you guys as soon as I can. Much love to you all, and thank you again for being here. Hang on, I see one more comment I got to read. Honey and me. Oh, my chat jumped. Where'd it go? Oh, I lost it. It was a story. Do you see the Honey and Me story? I see.
Looking for it.
Exploring Canada, I believe that Jacob has already been buried under a beautiful tree near Yep. That's true. Oh, thank you so much, Denise Pace.
Losing my dad to Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Was the first in a tragic run of losses. It was like every year I'd lose another fur baby. But my dad was the first death. Been a rough few years. My dad, 2 cats, 2 dogs.
Honey and me, Sue, my heart bleeds for you. I can't imagine. I'm so sorry, honey. Thank you for, she's been giving me such wonderful comments, and thank you for sharing that. Much love to you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And Denise Pace, thank you for the $20 super chat. All right, guys. I'm going to go. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Love you all. Thank you again.